Hi students, good morning and welcome to Social Studies class. Today we have a summary revision of the chapter Agriculture which we are studying in the class. So far whatever we have studied, let us have a summary revision of this class. Okay? Now agriculture. We know that in our country majority of the people or majority of the population depend on agriculture for their source of living or livelihood, directly or indirectly. So based on this, we have various types of farming. So basically if you see in our country, the first type of agriculture which was practiced in the ancient time or some 40-50 years back, okay, or during the colonial and all, it was a primitive subsistence farming. Okay, in that what is to happen? The farmers or the tribal people, they used to use all the primitive technology. We cannot say technology, primitive tools and all, like hoe, dagger, all this type of bulls and all to plow the fields and all manual work. Okay, everything was primitive based only. Okay, now this was also known as shifting agriculture. Shifting or slash and burn agriculture. Why it was shifting and slash and burn agriculture? Because they used to keep on moving from one place to another. They used to shift themselves. The reason was that they used to clear a patch of land by cutting the trees and all and burning the roots and all everything. That's why it was known as slash and burning. Okay, and they used to cultivate agriculture. They used to do growing crop and all. When the soil loses its fertility, so they used to move to another place. That is why it came known as a shifting agriculture. In the northeastern part of India, this shifting agriculture is known as Jumi. Okay? In different parts of India, we have different names for this agriculture. Like if you go to Madhya Pradesh, Dhaiya. If you go to Andhra Pradesh, Koda, Pendo. Okay, if you go to Rajasthan, in Valte, Western Ghats, Kumari. Okay, if you go to Brazil, it is known as Roca. Okay, Mexico, Milpa. Like these various names it is given. Basically, these names are given after those tribes who follow this agriculture. But now, this because of the scarcity of land, okay, what is happening? Such type of agriculture is diminishing now. Okay, next we study intensive subsistence farming. Intensive subsistence farming. We study intensive subsistence farming. What is intensive subsistence farming? Here there is a high pressure on agricultural land. This type of agriculture is grown in those areas where there is high pressure on agricultural land. Okay, there are more population who are totally depending on agriculture. Okay, here they have the farmers use high dose of biochemicals because they have more pressure on agricultural land to grow more and more food grains. So they use high dose of chemicals, biochemicals and all. Okay, apart from that, here we find they use more labor-oriented agriculture because population is more in this region where such type of agriculture is followed. Okay. Next, after intensive, we saw commercial type of farming. Commercial agriculture. Commercial word itself, when we see, it say that it is a business or profit-oriented. Okay. Now, in commercial agriculture, what happened? High yielding variety of seeds were introduced. Okay. Next, fertilizers. Next, pesticides, insecticides. Okay. All proper irrigation. All these facilities were introduced. Okay, mechanized farming. Okay, using all the machines, tractors, combiners, seed drills, all pump sets and all, sprinklers, drip irrigation, all the modern technique. Okay, and here the agriculture is done on a large scale. Okay. Now, even plantation also part of the commercial agriculture. What is plantation? A single crop grown on a large scale, large area. Okay. In India, like rubber, banana, jute, sugarcane, tea, these all comes under plantation agriculture. Okay. Next, after plantation agriculture, we saw the cropping pattern in our country. Cropping season. Cropping season. In our country, we have totally 3 cropping seasons. One is Kharif, second one is Rabi, and third one is Zaid. Okay. Kharif is also known as monsoon. Okay. Rabi is also known as winter. Zaid is also known as summer season crop. Okay. Now, Kharif season starts on the onset of monsoon. Okay, when the monsoon starts and its harvesting takes place by the October and November. The present ongoing season, the present season is nothing but Kharif season. Here paddy, maize, jowar, bajra. Okay, all these we grow in the pulses, variety of pulses and all we grow in the Kharif season. Okay, groundnut and all. Okay, next Rabi season, winter season. After Kharif season, we start the Rabi season comes. Okay, by the end, by November to December, the sowing season of the Rabi start, and at the time of harvesting, that is April to June, the harvesting season of Rabi completes. Okay, and here mainly we grow the crops like wheat, pea, mustard, gram. Okay, all these things we grow in the Rabi season. Next one is Zaid. In between some Kharif season and Rabi season, okay, there is a duration of 2 to 3 months. Okay, during that period we grow the Zaid crop, but this is not followed everywhere. This is done only in those places where there is proper irrigation facility, water availability. Because in summer season, in summer we require more water, especially like cucumber, okay, watermelon, muskmelon, and summer vegetables and all grown in this season. Okay, so this was the cropping pattern which we follow in our country. Next, India is a land of various agricultural production. In our country, we grow variety of food grains. Okay, like paddy, rice, wheat, maize, bajra, jowar, various types of oil seeds. Okay, apart from them, non-food grains like sugarcane, rubber, tea, coffee, jute, all such type of crop grown in India from different areas, different regions in different seasons. Based on that, the first major staple food crop of our country is rice. Okay. India is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. Rice is a Kharif season crop. This present season going on, that is Kharif season. Okay, it requires temperature 100 and more than 100 centimeters. Sorry, temperature, rainfall 100 centimeter and more than 100 centimeter. Temperature 25 degrees Celsius and above temperature. It requires hot and humid type of climate. Okay. And in Bengal, Odisha and Assam, there are 3 varieties of rice which is grown in a year. 3 varieties of rice: As, Aman and Boro. So these are about the rice. The next second largest crop of our country is paddy. Paddy is the second staple food grain of India because it is grown mostly in the northwestern, eastern part of India. Whereas rice, entire India it is consumed. That's why rice is the number 1 staple food grain of India. Second one is paddy. Paddy is a Kharif season crop. Sorry, paddy, wheat. Wheat is a Kharif season crop. Wheat is a Rabi season crop. Rabi season crop. After the Kharif season, Rabi season starts. After the harvesting of paddy overs, then we come to the wheat. Okay, November and December. By November and December, sowing of the wheat complete, and it requires very moisture and you can say dew and all, frost and all, so that the will be very useful for the growth of the plant. But at the time of ripening, at the time of fruit when comes and starts ripening, we require bright sunny climate. That is why we have after February, March and our bright sunshine and all starts coming, summer start approaching, okay, and from April and all the harvesting of it takes place. And North Indian states like Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, parts of Rajasthan, MP, Bihar, Chhattisgarh are the states where we find the largest wheat. Punjab is the state which is the largest in the wheat production. It requires 50 to 75 centimeters of rainfall. Temperature below 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, that's why in winter we have temperature less than 25, only not more than that. Okay, so these are the various things related to wheat. Okay, next after wheat we have next one is millets. Millets. Okay, millets, bajra, maize, bajra, jaw, ragi, these all are part of millet. Okay, among all these, jaw is the third largest crop which is grown in India after paddy and wheat. Maharashtra is the leading producer of jaw. Okay, it is also a kharif crop. Okay, next we studied after this we studied in this chapter oil seeds. Oil seeds. Okay, oil seeds. See, India is producer of variety of oil seeds like groundnut, sunflower, soybean, mustard, sesame, linseed, castor. Okay, all variety of oil seeds are produced in India. Okay, among all those, okay, groundnut accounts about the 50% of the total crop area of the oil seeds. Okay, and Gujarat is the leading producer of groundnut, followed by Andhra Pradesh. Next, after oil seeds comes is pulses. Pulses are leguminous crop. Okay, there are some pulses which grown in both Kharif season also, and a few are there grown in the Rabi season, like gram and all, peas, gram and all they grown in the Rabi season. Remaining they grow in the Kharif season. Pulses are known as leguminous crop. Okay, except arahar and tuber, and because it attracts or you can say attracts the nitrogen from the atmosphere and fix it to the soil, by which increases the fertility of the soil. That is why farmers nowadays what they are doing? They are doing crop rotation in order to increase the fertility of the soil. They grow the pulses so that they need not leave the land as a fallow land to regain the fertility and all, and they have add less fertilizers and all if they do crop rotation. In that crop rotation, one of the agriculture season, if they are growing pulses. India is the largest consumer and producer of pulses in the world, and for the vegetarian people, pulses is the main source of protein in their food. Okay, so students, I hope so you understood what we have revised. Okay, what we have studied in the previous class. This was a summary or a brief revision of the class which we studied in the previous week. Okay, so take care. We'll see you soon in the class next week. By the time, see you.